Alright, this is the last round, and we're playing against Mezel. He's a pretty well-known player. I think we're going to keep this. I'm pretty sure he's on blue-red or mono-blue. I think this is keepable, though. We're not going to mulligan. We can set up for a really nice Guardian's Pledge. We've got a 1-drop into 2-drop. Oh, so he's on mono-blue. So this is actually a winnable matchup. As opposed to blue-red. So I think if this Javelineer resolves, we might have a good chance here. I'm going to lead on that. He may actually have a Daze, which will set him back a little bit. It might clear up a path for us to resolve a Squadron Hawk or a Core Skyfisher. Hopefully he does not flip. Let's see what happens. He does flip, and it's a counterspell, so that's pretty bad for us. He's going to attack here, and we're going to have to take 3. Man, I don't know. See, now that's the difference between that becoming a bad start and a good start for him. So I think we'll play the Lawkeeper out, and then if he uses a counterspell on it, okay. Otherwise, you know, a Spellstutter Sprite we can shoot. We can also just throw something out, but I don't think we want to. So I'm going to do this first before we even attack. He is going to use the counterspell. Okay, that's fine. We're going to attack him. We can't block with this, so might as well. We're going to go down to 14, and then we're going to be in a bit of a bind here. He's got a Quicksand, so maybe this is just a straight up mono blue control build. Now if he has a ninja, I hope he has a ninja. Doesn't look like it. So we have an Unmake in hand. We basically have 3 lines of play. We can go for a Core Skyfisher, risk a removal, or risk a counterspell. We can go for a Squadron Hawk, risk a counterspell. We can go, sorry, we have 4 lines of play. We can go for a Attended Knight, risk a counterspell, or we can go for an Unmake. Now, I think if we use the Unmake, I want to do it on his turn, and that might set us up to resolve something next turn. So I think I'm going to do that. We're also going to attack into this Quicksand. And then on his upkeep, I'm going to attempt an Unmake. Which might open us up to do something very good on our turn 4 or whatever. So hopefully this will resolve. If not, it might bait out a critical counterspell. Yep, he's going to use a counter, a Daze. So we hopefully are in a situation where he doesn't have an island, but of course he does. So he's going to attack and leave up another counter. But we have two planes now. So here we're going to try and bait out with the Core Skyfisher. And, you know, we can't really play around a second Daze, so we're going to just try and resolve this. And now I feel like we're in pretty good shape, where I'm just willing to risk a block and remove the Delver. I mean, I guess our other option is to attack and try and race. Being at 11, we're not in too bad of shape, so I think we will attack. And just keep our options open. This Guardian's Pledge could be a benefit to us, for instance. We also have the Attended Knight. We can really develop our board quickly, and then... Okay, so we're going to take that. And he has a Ninja, which is not very scary. Does give him a card, but he's blue. He's going to be drawing cards anyway. Looks like he's going to leave up a counter. Otherwise, we have this Attended Knight to block with. And we have the Javelineer to take down his Delver. So actually I kind of like our position at the moment. He's going to play a Snap. Okay, that's interesting. And now he's going to play a Delver. Okay, so we have a lot we can resolve this turn. I think I like playing the Attended Knight and either the Lawkeeper or the Javelineer. The Lawkeeper might be better. He didn't have Daze last turn, but he is representing that. I think the Lawkeeper is just going to be a little better than the Javelineer at this stage. Let's try and resolve this, and then if it does resolve, we'll attack him. And then we're going to try and resolve the Lawkeeper, which, if it does stick, is just going to be a huge benefit. Oh, and he has a Force Spike as well as Daze, so he's playing a lot here to try and get around us. He doesn't flip, so he's either got a creature or a land. And we have a blocker for his Ninja, so I feel like we've stabilized. Let's see what he does. I don't think he's going to attack. I don't see how that would be a good play at all. We'll just trade with him. And it was a land, so he could have one more counter. And the Veteran Armorer would be a nice card to resolve. I think we're just going to attack with the Squadron Hawk and develop our board a little bit. The Javelineer is still a nice play, so. And we're setting up for this Guardian's Pledge. So if he can remove this, that's fine. Looks like he can, and it's an exclude. That sucks. Sure. And maybe we can get this to resolve. I guess we'll find out here. Alright, well that's it for me. He may actually flip or snap something. Oh! Cloud of Fairies to draw a card. And he does not flip. We'll remove this. And we've got him pretty locked down here. He's going to have to get rid of the Javelineer if he wants to keep a Delver. Brainstorm. And this can remove the Attended Knight, so we can also get ready to fully swing on him, which would be pretty devastating, but we don't even need to do that yet. We're kind of the control deck at this point because we're able to neutralize these threats, so I'm pretty happy about that. We haven't seen any Spire Golems yet. There's a land. Looks like we're going to be able to hit that Delver, though. That's going to be my first thing that I attempt to do. Oh, and he concedes. So, looks good. We've got one game, and we're one game away from victory here. Being on the draw is pretty scary, but at the same time, I think that we can pull this out. Now, I do have a sideboarding guide here. I think we want to remove the Attended Knights. They are good against Ninja. And when they're equipped, they can attack into a Spire Golem or a Stitch Drake. However, they don't really do anything else for us. They're not good against Quicksand, so I think they're going to come out. We're also going to take out the Guardian's Pledge. It's easily countered. It's a little expensive, and we kind of are in an attrition matchup here where we're not going to really develop a big board and then blow him out with this. And I'm also going to take, I was going to take one Bone Splitter, but I'm not sure I want to do that. The Bone Splitter is pretty good against Spire Golem. I guess we'll take down one. And from there, I'd like to bring in the 2 Viridian Longbow. I'm not going to bring in the full 3. They are pretty strong. We're also going to bring in 3 Disenchant in case he has Spire Golem or Serrated Arrows. Now this is pretty heavy inclusion, but I think it's worth it. Even though we haven't seen a Spire Golem, I think it's worth including because the Spire Golem is that dangerous to face. So I'm going to play it like this, and on the draw I think we're pretty soft to an extremely powerful hand, but I think this will be pretty good in trying to get there. So let's get ready for game 2. Alright, it's game 2. We're going to be on the draw against Faye, which is pretty scary for us, but I think this hand is actually keepable. These 2 cards will give him fits, and I think the Lawkeeper early on will be good for us, so we're not going to mulligan. We also have 2 removal spells later on, and he's going down to 5, and now down to 4, so I actually feel like we have a really good chance of winning this game. We're going to give it all we got, and hopefully we can take home some packs with us. I'm now going to lead on the Javelineer because I feel like that is a stronger turn 1 against whatever he's got here. And he's now on 3 cards. We're going to try the Lawkeeper, and doing this protects us against a Spell Stutter Sprite. It's a counter spell. That's fine. We're just going to attack now. And next turn, you know, we don't really need to run into counters, but the fact of the matter is he's down to 2 cards. We can try and really disrupt, or just really run him out of answers here. So I think I am going to play this Bone Splitter and see what he wants to do about it. He's going to let it resolve. So I think I just want to attack him with this. It may actually trade for a Spell Stutter Sprite, or it might hit him for 3. He may have a Piracy Charm, something like that, but no, he just takes 3, so we'll play a land and pass. And now he's going to tap out. No, he's going to tap for 2 for, I'm guessing, a Cloud of Fairies. No, he's just going to pass. And if we draw Plains, we're going to attempt our same play as before, which is Skyfisher into Squadron Hawk. And this is an exclude. Okay, and hopefully he does not have a daze, but he might. Does not, so now I really think we are going to take over this game. We've got 2 removal spells, plenty of threats, and we're hitting him for 3 damage a turn. So I'm feeling very happy, very confident. I don't know what he can do to get out of this situation. Here comes the Cloud of Fairies. I may just end up shooting that and equipping my Squadron Hawk. And there's a Spire Golem with 1 card left. So we've got a journey here that we can use. And if it does not resolve, we can just play a Squadron Hawk. I think we might just want to attempt the journey. Our other play would be to suit up the Hawk and attack, and then leave Unmake for his turn on his upkeep. So if he blocks the Squadron Hawk, we can shoot it with the Javelineer, or he can just trade with the Cloud of Fairies. I think we want to do that, as opposed to going. We could also go for the journey though. This is almost certainly a counterspell. So I think our better play is to Bone Splitter up and go in. Okay, so we're just going to take that trade. And now we are going to hit him on the upkeep. See what he wants to do. And who knows, it may resolve. Force Spike. Okay. Well, Force Spike resolves. He's down to 1 card. And let's see what he's got. He's going to attack. Could have a Ninja. It's just going to end the turn. So now we'll attempt a Journey to Nowhere. It's going to counter it. And we can simply unmake this Spire Golem and then attack him. And then we have a whole slew of follow-ups with these Hawks from here. So let's go ahead and do that. Hoping not to see another Spire Golem, but he's top decking and we're not. So, what is this? Stitch Drake, I'm guessing. For 3. Has to be, right? I don't know what else they have that costs 3. Could be a Serrated Arrows. Oh, it's a Ninja. Okay, that's fine too. We're just going to play out 2 Hawks and equip one of them. Or we could play out all 3. Playing out all 3 means he has to have Echoing Decay, or Echoing Truth. Yeah, let's play out all 3. It's just going to create a faster clock. And even Echoing Truth doesn't really do a lot. We're going to trade this Javelineer for his other guy. His Ninja. And then we start hitting him for 5. So I still like our chances. He's been drawing really well and using his spells efficiently. But I think we're just going to outmuscle him from this point on. He's going to attack. We're going to offer the trade. And yeah. From there we're just going to start swinging. And yeah, he could have Echoing Truth, but he might just take 5. Now, we can run this out. He probably has a counter for it, but I just want to burn his counters while we can. It is an exclude. It's unfortunate. Might help him claw his way back into the game, but he's still facing down a 2-turn clock here. So Brainstorm lets him see much deeper. And he's really got to figure out how he's going to sculpt this to achieve a victory. Oh, Gush. And there's a Delver. Now I think he's set it up. Well, no, he hasn't set it up so he can flip yet. We're going to hold this back. Because he drew the 2 cards that he put back. Okay, so he's going to trade and take 2. So he's really clawed his way back. We're going to hold the plains, as I mentioned. If he flips, then, I mean, that's pretty good. And he's got back on cards. Now he has more cards than we do. He may have another Brainstorm. We're still at 20. We have plenty of draws that make this game pretty rough for him anyway. And he's used up a Cloud of Fairies, a Spell Stutter Sprite, 2 counter spells, and two excludes. So we'll have to see what's going on here. He is kind of tanking here, or I don't know if he's waiting to use a Brainstorm or what. I'm not sure if he's actually there or not. I'm just making sure that we are still connected, so we'll see. And we're going to take this off. He may actually be disconnected, or he may be tanking. So we'll just wait. The position has started to slowly swing back in his favor. However, like I said, we still have plenty of draws that will be kind of tough for him to deal with. And, you know, this Hawk still trades with his Delver. So we can still attack with it. And if it doesn't flip, then we just put him to 1. So that's another advantage we may be able to take, we may be able to use. He also sent 2 islands to his hand, so one of his cards in hand is an island. I don't know if the second one is. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Let's actually look. When he cast that Gush, he played an island. So one card in hand is an island and one is an unknown. And his clock is running down as far as I can tell. So again, I apologize for this delay. So he's got an island and an unknown. We really don't want to see a Spire Golem. He was efficiently dealing with our threats pretty well. And we ended up using 3 removal spells just to get rid of a Spire Golem, which may have been, you know, a little too overzealous. He's also playing Daze and Force Spike, which is very difficult to deal with. His deck is running a lot of counter spells. So I have to assume he's not playing Phantasmal Bear. And instead is opting to play some more counter spells. He's got quite an interesting variety of cards here. Just checking on him. I just really want to make sure that it's connected. It's been 3 minutes, but it looks like we're not disconnected. May actually be him. And I don't really know what else to discuss here. We're waiting to see if this Delver is going to flip. And if it does, it's definitely much better for him than if it doesn't. So some of the things we may want to draw, maybe a Viridian Longbow, I'm not sure. I mean, he went down to 4, and he was able to claw his way back towards stabilizing. So we're still at 20. We have plenty of opportunity to kind of draw out of this. And it looks like he may be gone. He lost connection. So hopefully he can make it back. We're just going to wait, obviously. We're not going to do anything. But we are getting a bit of an advantage with the clock, depending on how long it takes him to come back. And that's about all I have to say. Looks like we're back. Looks like we're back online here. So ready to finish up this game. Hopefully he does not flip. If he doesn't flip, then I think we have a really good chance. And he doesn't flip. So he's got a Spire Golem. That's actually really good for him. And I think his last card may actually be, might be a ninja for this attack, but let's see here. We top deck a Plains, so we're actually kind of boned in terms of not being able to get through. So we're going to have to pass, unfortunately. Like I said, Spire Golem was one of the cards we didn't want to see, and now we're just sitting here waiting for him to flip because we don't have any more removal in hand. He doesn't flip, so he's either got a land or another creature. And it's a land, so I'll definitely take a trade with that Delver. And here's a Loyal Cathar. I think we're going to go ahead and just play this out. We're going to leave the Bone Splitter on the Squadron Hawk, and then next turn we'll equip the Cathar and attack, because we have that capability. I think his last card is a blank, and he may be just top decking lands. I'm actually quite confident that his last card is a blank, since he let the Cathar resolve. So I'm now going to attack with the Loyal Cathar. And he may trade with the Spire Golem, he may not. I don't think he'll take 4. So I think we've solved that Spire Golem issue. He is going to take 4. So I have no problem playing this War Falcon out. Yes, he may have a Spell Stutter, but that's not going to win him the game. We're going to re-equip this Squadron Hawk, and we are willing to trade for his Delver if it flips, I think. I mean, I think we've actually just won. So it looks like we've taken a third match, and we are going to cash out here. Thanks to everybody for watching. I hope these games were entertaining. Sorry for some of the delays, But I'm really excited that this Bird Keepers deck ends up getting a positive result on our first run with it. So again, stay tuned for more videos in the future. Please give me some feedback, and I will talk to you later.